Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
This is a very special moment in the manifestation of the Avatar. At this precise moment, 1:05 a.m. IDT, that's Indian Daylight Time, Erich turned to Baba, and Baba motioned to him to write on the board, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Let us say Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai 7 times. Avatar Meher
Meher
Baba Ki
Baba Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar Meher
Meher Baba
Baba
Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba
Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki
Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Meher
Baba Ki
Baba Ki
Jai. One
Jai.
more. Avatar
Avatar
Meher
Meher
Baba Ki
Baba Ki
Jai.
Jai.
And so it was. The declaration of the divine beloved on a hillside outside of the village of Mehewa. Mehewa villagers were standing by, and about 10 minutes prior, Baba had motioned to Keshav Nigam, and Keshav Nigam was the primary Baba worker for the entire district of Hamirpur. Now, of course, Pukar was very instrumental as well, but Keshav gave us not only Mayor Chalisa, which are 40 verses, and anytime Keshav was at Guru Prasad or at Meherazad, Baba would have him recite the Mayor Chalisa. And this may have happened a whole dozen times over the years. And that evening, Baba had Keshav recite the Mayor Chalisa. A few minutes before 1 a.m., Baba turned to Keshav and he said, you don't know how lucky you are. And Keshav really didn't know what Baba was talking about. So at 1:05 a.m., Baba declares, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Erich read it off the board, the alphabet board. And someone spoke out, according to the Parsi calendar, it's your birthday, Baba. And said, okay, let's celebrate. Bhajans, Kawali, dancing. And it was just men, as far as I know. And this lasted till 4 or 5 in the morning. So it's a very significant special occasion. This is Declaration Day, right here and now. Declaration Day. How many times does the Avatar declare in an incarnation? And yet, even the Baba world has yet to acknowledge, recognize, pay too much attention to Declaration Day. So, I was up on Seclusion Hill on February 10th, and it was 2020. And Vijay Bhatt Patil was cameraman, and my dear friend was with us as well. And I will tell you who she is in a little bit. But the song for Declaration Day kind of kicked in, and 2 years ago, in 23, I shared it at the meeting hall at the Mayor Spiritual Center when there was a program focusing on Declaration Day. And I'll do a little better if I have glasses on. So, and as I only play this basically once a year, I might be a little rusty. So here we go. And I'll recite the chorus. Bole Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. And Priyatam is, of course, beloved, and Prabhu is Lord, Bole is to speak. And then it goes Gaya Ja Prabhu Meher, that's sing with Meher. And then finally Nacho Prabhu Meher, and that's to dance with Meher. So that's the chorus. See if I can do it justice. Bole Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Gaya Ja Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. Gaya Ja Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Nacho Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. Nacho Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Fragrance spreading everywhere. Time has come to share. Fragrance spreading everywhere. Time has come to share. Turkey, China, Korea too. All coming to be near you. Turkey, China, Korea too. All coming to be near you. Can the tortoise catch the hare? New life springs forth for all who dare. Can the tortoise catch the hare? New life springs forth for all who dare. Bole Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Priyatam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Whoops. time has come today. Time has come today. As he builds time has come today. As he builds it, more will stay. Time has come today. As he builds it, more will stay. Time has come today. As he builds it, more will stay. For he has shown the way. For he has shown the way. Will you remember? Will you remember? Will you remember Declaration Day? Will you remember? Will you remember? Will you remember Declaration Day? Bole Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Singing his praise on Seclusion Hill. The whole world he will fulfill. Sing his praise on Seclusion Hill. The whole world he will fulfill. Someday all will know his tale. Manifestation seeping through the veil. Someday all will know his tale. Manifestation seeping through the veil. Bole Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Gaya Jap Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Gaya Jap Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba Avatar. Nacho Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Nacho Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar. Bole Prabhu Meher, Pritam Meher Baba. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar. Meher Baba, Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar. Got to get that right for editing purposes. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar. Bole Prabhu Meher, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar, Meher Baba Avatar. So here it is, Declaration Day, and hopefully many people will have the opportunity to hear about Declaration Day and see this little video. So tomorrow's Monday, and not tomorrow, but subsequent Mondays, we're going to have an hour to an hour and a half for Hamirpur Tales. And initially, we're going to be focusing on those people who either met Pukar before the main Mela, at the main Mela, or after the main Mela. Now, what's the main Mela? Well, Richard Leviton, who for many years has been a chiropractor near Charleston, St. James Chiropractic. In 1973, Rich had just come back from India, and many Baba lovers rented 3 of 4 apartments at 10R Boston Street in Somerville. Bob and Judith Ahrens were upstairs in one of the apartments, and Rich was downstairs. And my then wife, Janet, and I had decided to take a break from building our cabin in Athens, Maine, and we went to India via Myrtle Beach. And when we stopped and overnighted with Rich at 10R Boston Street, he had just come back from India and was, of course, the plane tickets back then were $600. And Rich brought back a lot of incense with him, and he was selling the incense to recoup the cost of the plane fare. Anyways, he says, if you're still at Meherabad, at Amartithi, seek out Pukar and ask him if you can accompany him back to Hamirpur. So that's how it all got started, and I had an amazing time with Pukar, and we corresponded by snail mail. Of course, back then, this is February of 1974, of course, we didn't have internet, we didn't even have computers. Can you imagine? Can you remember a time when we didn't have a computer? In any event, I invited Pukar to come to Athens, Maine. and 125 of his lovers showed up. And there were, just like there were 4 pillars of Meherabad once upon a time, there were 3 pillars of the main Mela. And of course, considering it was my land, my quote unquote farm, cabin, so I was one of them. Also, Ken Lux. And many of you remember Ken. And Ken wrote any number of books. The Avatar of the Tortoise. Actually, on page 96, he takes, there are 2 pages where he talks about his experience with Pucar at the main Mela. And the third was another who became a chiropractor, Dr. James Whedon, who is now in Southern California. And Jim was the architect for the 40-foot geodesic dome that we put up with the stage. Bob Holt was there, and Bob, of course, gave us Ocean of Love, and Kathy Haas Riley was there. The Chicago Players came, and they put on 2 plays, The Net of Love and the Trees. We also had a jhopti hut, and it was a Japa Mela from 2 p.m. on Friday the 8th until 2 p.m. on Sunday, the 10th. Baba's name was recited continuously. Here's how we did it. For 1 hour, we were all underneath the pandal, the 40-foot geodesic dome, and we took Baba's name in unison. The 3 of us had to make a decision at 2 o'clock. Pucar hadn't arrived yet, and we had word that he was on his way from Boston. He had actually flown into New York City, but he hadn't arrived yet. Baba would want us to start on time, and so we did. And I'm going to let Jim Whedon another time share his experience of what happened at 2:05. All of a sudden, we could see the dome, and we have pictures of it. And Dennis McCabe, who kind of facilitates the meetings at the meeting hall, Myrtle Beach, his set of pictures, perhaps the best that we have of the main Mela. In any event, it was open on the bottom. You could see a little bit down the hillside, and all of a sudden, these brown legs came into focus, and this someone wearing a dhoti, and he wasn't alone. Pucar brought his sidekick, Sitaram, from Kanpur. Sitaram was a barfiwala, and so Sitaram was there with Pucar, and they just came in at 2:05 and just sat down very gracefully and just started chanting Baba's name with everyone else. At the end of an hour, in procession, we walked up to the jhopti, and we left 2 people in the jhopti for 2-hour shifts. And that continued till 1 o'clock on Sunday, when we went in procession back up to the jhopti, and everyone came down to the pandal, and we took Baba's name in unison from 1 to 2. And that kind of concluded the main Mela. Irwin was there. So many, there were 125, and we've got a list going. Peter Booth was there. We do have a list, and at some point we'll share that. So There are so many people who met Pukar prior to the main Mela, during the main Mela, and then Pukar went around the United States after the main Mela. He even, when he was in Florida, he went over to Arsenio, invited him to Puerto Rico for a week. And that's when Pedro, some of you know Pedro in Myrtle Beach. That's when Pedro met him. And when you hear Jack's story, Pukar was carrying Baba's comely coat with him. So at 1 o'clock, excuse me, that would be 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. We're going to have different folks share their experience. So either be 20-minute segments. Well, if someone only has 10 minutes worth, they'll whatever is appropriate, and we'll try to make sure we always have someone on deck um, to go next. So that's very exciting for me because this is being recorded, and I had a private meeting with Bauji in his office. It was scheduled for Interment Day, which is the 7th, and he changed it to the 9th, which is what today is. And there were 12 points. Well, look who's here. It's Eva. Come on back, Eva. So thank you for showing up. And so as I was saying, we're going to use this time every Monday at 4 o'clock to have different people who got a glimpse of Baba through Pukar. And some of the stories are just very, very, very precious. And so, are there any questions that anyone would like to raise at this point?
Unfortunately, I missed the important part, which was the information. But 4 o'clock Mondays, Pukar.
Pukar shining.
Yes.
And Pukar shines, I should say. And Erwin will. I'm going to reach out to Erwin to see if he will take a spot. And of course, Erwin could speak for much longer than 90 minutes, even if he were given that leash. So yeah, there's maybe Peter Booth will talk to us from India. I'm very excited. Let me see. I do have some notes here.
Al, would you like me to stop the recording now for this?
Oh, just a little bit longer here. See if I can locate this list that I generated, because I think you could pause it for a second. How about that? Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing this, and Baba just woke me up about 2 o'clock this morning, and 2 a.m. And it just kind of unfolded. I didn't even. I said the Arti prayers by myself this morning, and it's the first time I hadn't been on the morning Arti since the first of the year. Come on. Oh boy. Well, Ron Greenstein, David Miotti. Okay, you can put the recording back on if you for a minute. So a few others who met Pukar: Ron Greenstein, David Miotti, again Richard Leviton, Alan Coney. As I had shared with you, the list goes on and on. Of course, Rick Chapman. In any event, I feel very honored, privileged to bring forth these Pukar shines through Hamirpur Tales. I do want to say, lest I forget, that several years ago I started a Facebook group called Hamirpur Tales. And Hamirpur Tales has 3,500 members. Right now, no one is really driving the content. And when that happens, it's a very, very wonderful platform for people to get to know how it is that Meher Baba said, I left my heart in Hamirpur. My body is in the tomb at Meherabad. My mind in the Mananash cave in Hyderabad. My heart, I leave in Hamirpur. So, Baba hopefully will come through. And some of you know a song that came to me at Amartithi in 97. Step into his holy fire, step into his holy flame. So this is the fire and flame of the Hamirpur lovers in large part. And we will certainly get, Pukar had two sons, Mehernath Nigam Pukar, and we lost Mehernath Nigam Pukar to COVID, and his brother, Meher Prakash Nigam Pukar. And Pukar asked Baba repeatedly to allow Pukar to start a community in Hamirpur. And in addition to having a school there, to allow the lovers there to erect a statue to Baba. Baba finally relented in the 60s, and Meher Prakash Nigam Pukar leads morning and evening arti there, and he records it, and it is available online. And we will certainly do our best to get him to participate, as well as Pukar's grandsons. Mayor Samarpit, who has a nickname, Sampo, and his brother, Mayor Deep Nigam Pukar. So, hopefully, Baba's net of love will capture many, those who have yet to hear of him, as well as all of we Baba lovers who love him so dearly. So I'll ask one more time if there are any questions, and otherwise we can take Baba's name 3 times together, just a few of us here. And let's have a moment of silence. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
See you next Monday.